Today's video is sponsored by Milano. So if you don't know who Albie is, this is Albie. The dog bed that he has, like, it's just, I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want it. So today we're gonna attempt to make him a new dog bed along with some other home decor stuff because I am trying to get back into my whole apartment makeover series. So this one is gonna be a little bit different because we're gonna do more of a sewing thing now. And the thing is, it's not like I'm just gonna make him like a little square and then be done with it. No, I'm gonna try to literally copy the model his dog bed was and make that. Girl, I don't know, but here's to hoping and praying that we get it right. But dude, I have so many ideas for this, and to help me organize all of them, I'm so happy to introduce the sponsor of today's video, Milano. Milano is an endless space that can help you brainstorm and bring to life all of your ideas. Use this for creating, drawing, finding inspiration, writing outlines. Dude, the possibilities are endless. So normally with sewing projects, I have an inspo picture or a pattern that I follow, but for this one, there's measurements I need to remember, different colorways I'm debating on, and extra projects that I want to do, so I'm using Milano to organize each individual project. But to start on my board, I have my overall living room inspiration, so from here I can pull from the colors, textures, and just items to give me new ideas for the room. On my main screen, I have these individual columns. I put what I'm working on, a board for inspiration, a checklist of things I need to remember for that project, and this way it gives me an overall view of the project and what I need to get done. So I'm also someone who loves checking things off of lists. It makes me feel productive. So I have a main checklist over here on the overall look column, and I also tend to get distracted easily, so this will help me stay on top of things. I seriously love how easy it is to use Milano for things like dragging and dropping images, links, and even videos. Here I can look at my muse Albie and the colors that I'm going to be on the search for and the type of style I might want for his dog bed. And of course I added in some helpful tutorials that I can reference. I would honestly love to create a round bed like this for Albie, but I think because of where I want to place his bed, something more of a rectangle would work. And I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, mixing different elements from my mood board. So here's where you can test out your drawing skills, because you can even sketch out your idea right on the canvas directly from your brain onto the screen. The drawing option helps in either creating fun titles for your canvas, making arrows to show what I'm going to be revamping, or you can use it directly on a picture to help you visualize it better. So I was on the fence on whether I should reuse my pom-poms for my new curtains, but this showed me like, oh yeah, we're definitely still keeping it. So Milano has so many amazing features, but one feature that I was like, wait, this is making my life like 100 times better, is when you add in a link, whether it's a video link or website link, it actually makes it into a thumbnail, so you can visually see what it is that you're putting on your canvas, and then you just click on it and it directly takes you there. So easy. So this was especially helpful when I was organizing what I wanted to buy for my bedroom. Milano's interface is really intuitive, so all of its elements can be placed anywhere onto the canvas or a column. Okay, so let's set up a new column together. I have some extra ideas that I don't know if I'm gonna do, but let's just put them in. So we're gonna make a new column, and I'm going to title it Extras. Now we're gonna add in a new board. So I can actually also change the color of this. I could change the icon as well, but we're gonna keep it as that. I think that's really nice. I'm gonna start off with an empty board, putting a title. And the other thing I was thinking of were some placemats. And here we can use Milano's really cool feature, their web clipper. This is all of my things from Pinterest. And instead of copying, pasting, you could literally save it directly onto your board. So I'm just gonna click save. These are all of the boards that I have. So I'm gonna put it directly onto my inspo. And then here it is. How freaking easy is that? Drag and drop, that's it. So let's go ahead and add in all these. Save to inspo. Let's save this one. Oh, definitely. If you don't like this caption, you could just take this off right here really quickly. So for this one, there's actually like a little tutorial. So I want to save this. I'm going to just copy this link. We're going to add in another title. And this is a tutorial that I found. And then when I add in this tutorial that Jenna Phipps did, so easy, just copy and paste it. Boom, there we go. We got a thumbnail. Let's add in a to-do. If I were to get this, what exactly I would need. Okay, let's add in a to-do list here. What to buy. Okay, what to buy. I'm also gonna add in some color swatches just to also give me a better idea. So we're gonna use a color picker tool. I think definitely like we want like a cute pink color. And then you could just copy and paste a new one and just double click. Maybe a green. You definitely want some like strong colors for this, or a nice blue. I want to move all of this. I don't have to do everything one by one, just this is our final board. It is so easy and also just so much fun to play around with. It's really a game changer, and I've actually used this for my previous apartment makeover episodes and as a main list for all of my sewing projects. So if you're a visual person like me, Milano is perfect to put down all of your ideas into basically an endless canvas. But if you're like, hey dude, this is a little bit too much and I just need something straightforward to put my ideas on, no worries, Milano's got you with over 100 built-in templates, and you can even leave the templates with the media so you can switch it out later if that works better for you. So it doesn't matter if you're a content creator like myself, or a filmmaker, a writer, a student, Milano is a perfect tool to organize all of your work. And the best part is that Milano is available for free with no time limit. So sign up using the link in my description box. Thank you so much, Milano, for sponsoring today's video. Let's get on to the projects. Okay, so now that we have all of our ideas, we're ready to go to Dongdaemun. We're gonna do the big trip over there. But first, let me change into something that's gonna be able to withstand the hours I'm gonna be walking in Dongdaemun. Okay, let me grab my bag. Oh man, wish me luck. This place is where you can get smaller cushions, because normally the other places don't actually let you buy smaller ones. There's just like these big ass ones, but your girl looks rough. But my fabric still isn't ready, but I was able to get everything else that I need. Since it's still not ready, I was like, let me get a long tail real quick. I finally got the fabric after waiting for so long, and I'm looking at the color and I'm like, I don't think this is the color I wanted. Tired. I do not like the curtain color. The thing is, you have to pick from swatches, and then there's like a warehouse that they go and they go pick it up. Looking at the swatch, it looked fine, but seeing it now, borderline coral. Sucks so much that I bought so much of it. This is the pink that we want. This is the pink that we have, but again, it's like pink coral, and I don't want it. I have to finish this project in 3 days. Tomorrow I have an event, but I'm gonna go back to Dongdaemun to go ahead, and I can't even change. I'm just gonna have to pick up some more. It does work out though, because I wanted to see how it would match with the green that I was looking at for the bathroom. So the first thing that we got to do is seam rip Albie's bed, because I want to make it like this, and I also want to have that zipper in. So I haven't checked Etsy for a pattern. Oh my god, there's a pattern on Etsy, but do I need a pattern when the dog bed is right there? No, my bed. No, you gotta go on. Good job. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to seam rip it anyways, because then I can reuse this zipper, because I wasn't able to find a zipper that was big enough. Let's start. I don't know where to start, man. I'm guessing this is probably one of the last things that they do. Who has faith in me that I'll be able to finish this not only on time, but I'll be able to actually complete this? Are things starting to make sense? Maybe so. Okay, so I just seam ripped one of these things, you know. No, you don't know. How they did it was like two sides like this, and then they folded it and then they sewed it. So I'm like, okay, we can do that. It is just like me to do these things. Not only last minute, okay, and last minute for a good reason, because yeah, my mom was here and I was trying to obviously spend time with her, but then I had a lot of projects that just like came up that I need to finish, so yeah.
I know that you're just trying to make you feel safe.
Abby! The zipper, we need the zipper. Abby, out.
Not the right moment.
Thank you. The length of it is fine. It's the width. Since there are four panels, I'm going to seam rip 2 of them and then try to copy that and make it into a little pattern. What I have come up with. First they made like one whole side, and then they made another border, and then they connected it together. So I didn't even show you the fabric. This is Albie's new bed. So I saw this one place and they had a bunch of cute fabric, but a lot of them were like with a white base or with like a yellow base, and I'm like, Albie's already white, so I wanted something to pop a little bit. Oh my god, so I never showed you guys that I got this off of Carrot. Unfortunately, when my mom and I were bringing this home, because it doesn't have wheels on both sides, like we couldn't just like roll it. We put it on our little like makeshift roller thingy. Anyways, the streets here are uneven, so this side does prop up, the other side doesn't go up at all, like it's completely broken. Yeah, so I am gonna throw this out, but I want to see if I can use it right now and see if it's possible. I think I am ready. I guess I am ready to go ahead and try to cut this out of some fabric. Okay, so I officially have everything I need. We have given up on the curtains. I haven't turned on my sewing machine in a long time, but today is a day. Come on now, we've got to give you a new bed. Come on. Although this print I think is super cute, it doesn't actually go that well with my apartment, like the colors that are in it. So I went ahead and bought some additional like pink fabric because I'm going to do like a ruffle all around it. I'm hoping it's going to make it look, I guess, a little bit better for my apartment. I don't know, maybe like the style of it is going to look better. Connect all of the pieces, so we're going to have 2 long, 2 small, and that's going to be 1, and then we have to do 2 of those. So the good thing about working with anything that has some kind of stripe pattern on it is, one, I was able to use that as a reference when I cut it. And then when I'm putting this together, I'm gonna go ahead and be able to line it up and sew on that line. I'm gonna just sew down here, and hopefully once we open this up, at least it'll look like the pattern is continuing if I do this correctly. Good morning, it's a new day and I don't got a lot of time to finish this project. We have given up on the curtains and the bathroom curtain as well. The colors that I wanted, they're like, sorry, you're gonna have to come the next day to get it. And I was like, I don't have time to come the next day. But also, why have I been filming at night? Because literally every day I have been out of my house for majority of the day. So the first day I went to Dongdaemun, so that's when I came back. I just immediately started working. The second day I had an event that I had to go to, then I had to go back to Dongdaemun and then start working on it. And today is kind of like the only day that I have like during the daytime. Like, let's do a little rundown of the things that I got. I got this velvet little ribbon that I was hoping to put on the bathroom curtains, but again, we're not doing that. Okay, really cute rickrack. Okay, I finally got some cording. I've never worked with cording before, but I don't think it should be hard. So since I'm not going to be doing the curtains, we are going to do the placemats, and I think we might do maybe a quilted placemat plus like a little napkin situation. I'm not sure about that just yet, but pink plaid that I got. This was the original one that I got that I was going to be like, oh, okay, this is going to be the actual placemat. But then I was looking at the plaid again, and I was like, that would look really cute. Oh, and I got a lot of batting that I'm gonna need for the cushion of Albie's bed. Okay, and I got this pink to contrast on the fabric for Albie's bed. So I don't know if I even told you guys like the other reason why I'm making Albie a new dog bed, and apart from the reason that the old one was just like not cute, musty, dusty, crusty, all of that, and I wanted something to like bring more life into my space. I also want to place his bed on the windowsill area. I know I'm gonna be getting like an actual table, and with this table, like my actual space that I have like free from the couch to the kitchen is just like an arm's length, and if I were to put Albie's bed on there, no free space to walk around in. So his bed that he had was like way too big to fit on the windowsill. He also does like to sleep there. At times I just see him just randomly like walk up over there and just enjoy the sun. With that said, I made the very big mistake when I deconstructed everything. I knew I needed to make the new bed smaller, but I didn't see by like how much. So it's really a guessing game here. So I took it in a little bit more. Oh my god, there's just so many things. The other thing is that last night I was just like, how the hell am I piecing this all together? Because again, I don't have a serger, and I'm just like worried that with like the amount of pressure that the bed is gonna get with like I'll be jumping on it or something, like the seams might rip. So I realized we're just gonna do a French seam because this fabric is fraying really quickly. The more I play around with it, the more it is starting to fray. So let me just show you. Right now, this thing looks huge. It's huge, you know what I'm saying? But that's fine because Albie is really long, so that's why we need it this big. So we're gonna go ahead and make the other side, and then we can start working on the ruffle that I'm gonna put around it. I have been so careful when I put these pieces together because obviously, yeah, there is going to be a seam, but I want it to look like there's no seam. I want it to look seamless. That's how I am. Okay, that's just how I am. Crazy. So what I've been doing is lining it up and then poking a hole in the corner on one side and seeing where it lands on the other side. If the other side doesn't land like exactly in that corner, then I need to go ahead and shift it around. This is making the process like so much longer, but oh well. I don't even know why I'm wearing my glasses. This is for the para la computadora. So to make this more of a streamlined workflow, I am sewing all the sides down, then I'm ironing it, and then I am cutting off any excess that I needed to, folding it in, and then coming back and sewing it down so then I don't have to keep on going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you know? We have our second piece done. We got to another point where I'm like, so here is my pink fabric that I'm going to be using to make the ruffles. I do know that I want it to be folded over because I don't want to have to worry about the edges or anything. And I want to make sure that I have enough seam allowance that when I sew everything together, I'm going to use these ruffle pieces as some kind of bias binding for the raw edges of everything else that's going to be in there. I'm like worried that the ruffle is going to be like too small or it might be too long. Do I just cut for, I mean, I still have all of this. So let's cut out 9 inches, so 4, and then our 1 inch of seam allowance. Okay, so I'm gonna connect both the sides together because I know it's not gonna be enough for just one. And just as a precaution, we're gonna do a zigzag stitch on the frayed edges. A little tip that I learned, I think it was like on TikTok, when you don't know which side is your wrong side or right side of the fabric, but if you have the selvage, you're gonna look at the little holes that are here, and the holes that are smooth, that's the right side. The little holes that are a little bit more puckered up, that's the wrong side. I forgot to even look for it, but I got it right, so phew! I'm gonna do a basting stitch around. You're gonna make sure the thread length is really long, so this way you'll be able to gather it later on. Okay, now I think I gathered it too much. That's totally fine. Maybe I should have sewed the whole thing already like circular, but I didn't do that. Okay, I have closed off the ends because I was like, girl, just do it now rather than later. Okay, so I am back home and now we're finally gonna put the top seam together. We're gonna put in this cording, and because I want the cord to like show out like this, we're gonna sew the cording onto the other side. The ruffle will be sewed on to this side, and then we're gonna put it together. It's taking me such a long time, but when I attach the pieces together, I'm putting in my pin right where I think I'm gonna be sewing, and I want to make sure that it's lined up perfectly on the line of the actual square so that when I sew it, it'll be right on the line. This is so extra of me because like it's just my dog's bed. Like no one's gonna look at that and be like, oh, you missed a line, girl. But if I can make it look real nice, I'm gonna try. At least sewing it down is gonna be easy. Cording is kind of like, I could probably use a zipper foot for it, right? So that's what we're gonna do. Look how professional I finished this cording. I am so pleased with myself. Can you see it? Oh my god, this looks perfect. Okay, now I'm finally gonna attach this onto the ruffles. Oh my god, it is gonna be I need to finish this. Okay, now I'm making sure that the ruffle is sticking out. We have 1 inch of seam allowance. We have about 1.5 centimeters that is sticking out. Oh my god, this took forever and a day. I regret adding in this ruffle. I could have been done hours ago. It's already 9:25. That is crazy. Okay, finally I've added this. Now we're going to add in this top layer. Oh my goodness, I'm done with just sewing that one thing. But okay, ready? This looks amazing, does it not? Does it not look amazing? Look at that quality though. Like, I did that. I really freaking did. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do some faux bias binding with the additional fabric that we have here. And I'm just gonna fold that in, and then sew it down. The whole idea of making this faux bias binding, I think I might end up just scrapping it all together because there's just so much fabric. It's like super ruffled. Okay, looking at all of that fabric, I am going to just cut off all of the excess and add in some bias binding. La la la, you would have saved on fabric. You would have saved on time. You would have saved on your headache. We have added in the bias binding. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is when I need to connect both sides together. How is this bias binding gonna mess it up? Because it's bulky, you know what I'm saying? I like that it feels secure. I don't feel worried that it's gonna break or anything. Save this bottom piece from the original dog bed, and I'm gonna attach it to the outer layer of the dog bed. And then once I do that, that's when I can add in the zipper. We got this nuttily. Tell me how I stayed up so I could attach this to this, and it took forever. I sewed it on only to then realize I put it on the wrong one. It took me another hour to seam rip everything. But you know what? We learned from our mistakes. We're not gonna do that again. So we're gonna place this with this. Here we go. They say I'm acting crazy, but I just wanna lie in the sun. Whoa, lie in the sun. Yay, I did it. Wow, look at that. Yeah, I was about to get scared. I was like, girl, don't tell me you did it wrong again. We're gonna trial and error this. We're gonna put in the zipper first, and then we'll open up the zipper, right? And then we could put in the sides. Hoping and praying, hoping and praying. When you have your two sides like this, now you're gonna connect this side with this side together. And you just gotta be really careful in pulling out the seam and just placing them as closely together as you can. And you don't sew all the way to the bottom, and you don't sew all the way to the top, just like enough that it actually secures it. I sewed the first one down because I know once I put in the zipper, that's not gonna be able to open all the way. I wish I had a serger because then I wouldn't have to worry about all of these threads. You see that? Do I do a zigzag stitch on this? Maybe I should do a zigzag stitch here too. I know I've sewed on a zipper beforehand, but I feel like this is the first zipper I've sewed on because it actually looks good. I'm so happy. That took way too long to figure out. There's a lot of like, what do I do? What do I do? Can't believe I managed to actually do this. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay. Now let's take it out. Hoping and praying I get this right, everybody. Okay, I can see that something went wrong here. Okay, so everything does zip up. Oh. Actually, no, we're good. We're good. Oh my god, we did it. We did it. Oh my god. Thank you. This is gonna be yours, Abby, but not right now. Not right now. Okay, now I gotta put the sides together. Wait. Wow. Like, however much I paid for that bed was worth it, even though I didn't like it in the end. Because dang, putting this together has been so hard, but we finally put the thingies together. Now, I will say, I do think, I do totally think this is still too big for the windows. But you know what? It is what it is. That's fine. He has a cuter bed now, so. Please excuse all the mess that you see that is my apartment. But let's not try that one. Let's try this one instead. Oh my freaking god, this looks so fucking cute. Like, I can't believe I did this. Was all of this worth it? Was all the pain and suffering worth it to see this? I'm gonna say yes. I fucking did that. Okay, we're gonna see if it fits on the windowsill, but I can tell you right now it's too big. It is just too big. Oh my god! Ah! Albie, come! He's like, no. I'm gonna test out the bed, but just with the old cushion. Albie, play. Oh! You look so cute! High five. Albie, high five. Thank you. Thank you. So cute. All right, so I'm gonna basically make it to this, but instead of using just a sack of stuff, I want it to actually be strong. So I bought this cushion and I'm gonna cut it into this shape. Okay, we're gonna take a break from making the dog bed. Actually, I bought this fabric. Okay, I bought this really cute fabric and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a placemat. And so then I bought this rickrack to go over it. But then I saw this picture of these red plaid placemats. I was like, oh, those are really cute. And I could also get pom-poms. So then I did that. But now I'm kind of like debating what is going to be the placemat, and I think what I should do for the other one is a napkin. Okay, so I think these two options are so cute, and the rickrack I think would look really cute, and it goes with it because it has the squiggles. But then this just pops so much more, you know what I'm saying? Like, ah! And then we have our little pom-poms that are so cute that can go around like this, you know what I'm saying? This could also go on this side. The other thing, the placemat is going to be quilted, so there's going to have some batting on it. Which one? Which one, people? Which one? Okay, another test. I do have pink plates. Which one looks better? Said that it just... What?
It's just giving a real much background, and I just don't see how.
I think it looks so cute. I like it.
Okay, I'm glad you like it, but what makes it even tackier is that little squiggly shit. Ooh, that makes it tackier. Girl, get rid of that red rack. That red rack, you know what it is? I'll give you some background. That red rack, I associate that with like, there's a lot of catchy clothing that little kids used to wear. And okay, so after consulting with my sister, I have decided or bullied into to go with the pom-poms. And initially we were going to go with the rickrack, but I realized because I have so much more of the pom-poms, because that's what I initially bought it for, we're just going to go with that. I was going to make napkins out of the other material, but my sister was like, she hates it so much. I'm going to find something else instead. I'll just save that fabric for another project. If you hated it too, well, no, I'm kidding. If you hate it too, well, we all have opinions, right? Anyways, so I'm cutting out my fabric pieces 32 centimeters by 47, or so I thought, because some of them are 31 and a half and some of them are 32. So it's gonna work with what we got. Realized I don't even have enough fabric to make 4 placemats. At least I could have done 4, but no, I could only do 3, which I guess at most I only really have 3 people in my house. Okay, let's just do that at least. All I have left of my yard. So I guess if you're gonna also make some placemats, get more than a yard, because that's all I got. Get 2 yards at least if you want to do 6 placemats. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut 6 of these to the measurements that each of these are, because all these placemats are a little bit different. Because I'm not adding in a border, which normally you would have just sewed all the sides together and then add in like a bias tape kind of thing around the placemat, but I'm not doing that because I'm adding decorative trim. It's going to be fabric, batting, and I sew around it and I leave just enough space and then I can turn it inside out, is what I'm guessing. Right? Girl, let's hope. Okay, and to sew it, I have these 2, I think they're quilting. So let's try which one is the better one, and let's get, oh wait, no, I need to sew everything. Well, when I do the quilting. I actually thought it was going to be hard to sew on top of this, like this is on the bottom, but it's actually running quite smoothly, so I'm very happy about that. Can we turn it inside out? Can we turn it inside out? Did I make this gap a little bit too small? Maybe. If you want to have those sharp corners, you gotta snip it, but not too close, because then that's gonna open up, and that has happened to me. And on this side, moment of truthfulness. Can I flip this inside out? I think we good, everybody. I think we a-okay. Getting a trusty chopstick and pointing out. Yay! We got one. You can see where the selvage points are on this one because I just kept it in. But that's okay, that'll be the back. Oh my god, my placemat! I'm gonna go press this.
Okay, so now we get to the fun part, which is quilting. How do we start? I'm gonna use this little guy. We're gonna start off right, almost kind of in the center, because that sounds like a good idea. Takes a lot of time, just like shearing. I found out. Finally done with one. Ooh. Go ahead and add the trim. Luckily the trim is just like doing a top stitch and then this. Here we have Albie's soon-to-be bed cushion. The measurements that we're gonna need are 65 by 43.
Tell me something, it might just take the pain away.
Okay, so I had some multi-purpose glue, so that's what I put on it. Okay, we're gonna let that dry for a little bit.
Now I'm looking in your eyes, but I'm wondering.
Looking at this phone piece, I just put it up against the windowsill and it is just about the size of the windowsill, so I know this has to be smaller. Alright, so I have our finished piece of foam. It looks really small, but we're gonna add in this batting. And on this corner, we're gonna make a little ear and a little ear.
No, it's never been the right time. Like we're holding back the storyline. And I'm waiting at the end of the night, thinking of you.
And now I'm gonna add in this random piece that is left from the batting. I mean, is it necessary? Maybe not really, but we're gonna add it in. On top, we're gonna be adding a whole bunch of fluff. The fluff that I've taken out from the other sides, just because this would be way too low for Albie anyways. So I wanna still have it, give him some kind of cushion. And we're gonna use this to make the cover for it, the casing for it. I'm gonna try to use a technique where the corners meet and you just sew a straight line so that it creates this line over here. I don't know if that's gonna work, but let's see. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe. Now I'm gonna sew each of these sides together and see if that works. Okay, so it didn't work. Are we surprised? But it gave me the idea that only one side, lengthwise, it doesn't fit. Widthwise, it does. See how here we have all this space, but here we don't? We just need to add in an additional panel right here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out and then attach 2 extra panels of fabric. Now I'm gonna attach this onto here. Okay, y'all, we're gonna try this out. Let's see if those 2 little inches make a big difference. The other thing I have to do is actually seam rip all of the front part because you can't do both of them. You could only do one. Yup, let's try. Did I do it or did I do it? Look, I wanted this to be bigger and it's not gonna be bigger. Oh, you know what? It's bigger. It's bigger because I want to add an additional stuffing, whatever. All right, so I cut out a new backing for it, or the bottom side. I figured to make this a little bit bigger. That shit scares me. Jade, girl, I don't know if you're watching this, but thank you so much. My friends know that when I'm doing a sewing thing, like I ain't eating, I don't have time, especially right now. I'm on a time crunch. So Jade sent me some food. Thank you, girl. I'm gonna eat after I put this together. So I figured with the back piece, what I can do is basically do the same thing I did with the top piece of like sewing the corners down. So it'll give me an additional like inch or something. Okay, so I'm just gonna mark where I need this to be. Okay, cool. Thank you, Jade. Time for the moment of truth. Does it fit? It fits. It would be nice if this was the end, but no, it's not, because we're gonna add on the stuffing. Stuffing. I'm so happy though. Like Albie has a really, really, really big. Maybe now it's a little bit too. Actually, probably too much. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and make a cushion cover for this. Look how freaking tall this cushion is. Like we have the nice, like ooh, and then we have a good base for Albie. I'm happy. Okay, wait, how am I supposed to do this? I don't want to put it in the zipper. So I just found a long zipper. Now, I'm pretty sure I was saving the zipper for something else, but that something else is gonna be this, clearly. So I'm gonna put the zipper this way. First, let's work on the bottom half. I'm gonna get the fabric again. Yo, this leftover like little slit that we have going on fits this, that's right. I'm gonna trace out the pattern. Wow, I've learned so many new things and I've done so many new things in this one project. So, I mean, at least it's a good thing. Losing my sanity and sleep was for something. I'm just gonna make a line where the middle is. Okay, we're gonna sew this up. Now we're gonna press open this seam and then put the zipper over it. Look, I put in a zipper. 2 in a day. Well, technically 3 in a day. Oh, this looks so good. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, now we gotta make the top part of the cushion. Let's go. Okay, first thing I gotta do is trace around the actual cushion. Now I need to add in width of the cushion minus 1/4 inch all around here. And next we're gonna extend this out each corner, so we're gonna get this little box. And so you have your little box right here, and then you're gonna cut it out. Like so, place them together and sew down, doing 1 centimeter down, and then we'll have our corner. Look at that. Boom, boom. So this is all that we have left of fabric. Today is a gloomy day, but not for me because today we are gonna finish all the projects. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So I've had these 2 IKEA pillows for a really long time without having any cover on it, but today one of them is gonna get a cover because I don't want to make 2 of the same cover. Using the leftover fabric from Albie's bed, we're gonna make a matching pillowcase, and I also don't want to put a zipper because I also don't have a long enough zipper for it anyway, so we're gonna do a no-sew situation. I seriously have the best friends. Oh my god. My friend Kat just messaged me like, hey, do you want me to walk Albie today? Because they know that I'm in a time crunch. I'm doing a sewing project. I have a whole bunch of other things I need to get done. That's just, man, that's so sweet. I feel so happy and loved. Look, we got people taking care of us. We got a community. We got a community. High five. Happy high five. Oh, boy, you almost dove into the ground. My pillow is 50 centimeters, so we're gonna make, I cut one fabric 52 by 52. Let's just cut out the first one. Do the back side, you want 2 pieces are basically going to go like this so that you're able to open it and put your pillow in. You would want to subtract like 10 centimeters from the length of your pillow. So since mine is 50 by 40, and do 2 pieces of that. But this piece is only 36 centimeters. And we're just going to use it because I want to use up this little scrap. So what I'll do to compensate for 4 centimeters that I don't have on one little panel, I'm going to add in those 4 centimeters on the other one, so at least like it overlaps. Anyways, okay, let's get cutting. Okay, for this last piece, it's going to be 52 by 40. We're going to add in 4 by 44. 52 by 44. Okay, now that I have my cut pieces, the next thing is the ruffles. And for Albie's ruffle, we initially made them 4 inches, but then it were way too big for the bed. For the pillow, I wonder if we make it too small, it'll look dumb, and we do need something that's bigger. If it's gonna be 4 inches, it needs to be 8 inches and a quarter. Here goes nothing. What I'm gonna do this time that I didn't do last time is connect both of these pieces together so we have one continuous loop. All right, got our second piece. Time to put these together and then put everything together. I really love this seam roller. It's nice that I don't have to get up to iron this, you know? Woo! Look at that. Bam, baby. All right, before I go any further, I'm gonna measure each side, like each middle part, so that when I'm placing this together, it's gonna be easier. So I'm just gonna mark this right here. I'm going to fold, creating like a casing almost. And then you're gonna sew 2 basting stitches all around and then start to gather it. Actually, you know what? I have a gathering foot, but every time I've tried to use it, I've been in the middle of like, I'm really rushing, and I'm also rushing today. But let's try to see, is this gonna work? Here's the foot. Please, please. Okay, so according to Miss Savvy's Fashion Studio on the YouTubes, I might just be able to get it right. Girl, look what happened. What is that? Maybe I need to use it on a big piece of scrap fabric. So I've tested out and it's working. Thank you, Miss Savvy's Fashion Studio, for helping the girl. Okay, it's working. Yay. All right, so that worked, but not the best. What I'm gonna have to do now is just do like a regular stitch and then also gather it even more, because now we have this like really big piece that I don't need. So now I know from the last time I used cording, you wanna trim off a little bit in the front. You have this open, you're gonna put the other layer once you're like sewing in here, and then you'll be able to fold it in and then create like a little case for it. Okay, this is the bad side. This is the good side. When you're putting your cording, you want the good side, right side of the cording facing the good side of the fabric. You're gonna use an invisible zipper foot to sew it down, and then this way when you flip it back, you're gonna have this thing. You see? Okay, this is a lot faster than the first time I did it, so that's a win. All right, so when you get to a little corner like this, it's gonna be hard to turn it. So what you gotta do is see where it's gonna turn. It's gonna be right here. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it. Just like a little bit. See, and then when you turn it, boom, baby, you'll be able to do that. Bam. Okay, we're finally done with the cording. Don't mind me, I had to film some stuff. Whee! All right, let's see how these corners look like. Look at that! It looks so good. Next I'm gonna do is with the 2 pieces that we have, we should just iron it 2 times and then just sew it down. When putting these pieces together, you gotta make sure that the length of it is still equal to the original length, which mine is 52. And once we have that together, I go ahead and sew down these sides so that they finally become one complete panel. Okay, now I'm gonna mark out each center point, and then with each of those center points, I'm gonna line it up to the ruffle, gather it a little bit more so that everything fits, sew it, and then we'll be done. We'll be done. The final pin. Well, not really. The final pin for this ruffle thing. Now I can finally sew this down, and then I can sew this piece and this piece together. Look what came down. Wait, wave. Good job. How crazy this looks from the back. Like. Whee! Wait a minute. I did this incorrectly. Finally, I've pinned everything together. Now time to sew, put it inside out. And we're really done. How many times have I said, and we're done, and we're done, and we're done? But this time, really done. Today's dinner brought to you by my friend Kat. Thank you, Kat. Love you, girl. Yeah. Alrighties, and now it's finally time to show you the finished products. Cue to footage. But I'm really happy with this. I think that's so cute. I will say I do like the yellow a little bit more than the green, because I think maybe the green just like meshes a little bit too well, but overall it's still really cute and I'm still really happy that I made it. This was the first time I was like quilting something like sewing wise, and this took such a long time, and this would have been like really therapeutic in a way if I wasn't on a time crunch. But because I was just like, oh, it's never ending. We're gonna show the pillow. Let me know what you guys think. It kind of reminds me of those guys in Mario Kart or in the Mario world, you know, those guys that go like, you know, that's what it reminds me of. I mean, was the ruff a little bit too big? Let me know, be honest. I was a little bit worried about having this top part so up high. It's a pillow, so you can just like stuff it in whatever way and it works, so don't worry about that if you also have a flap that's like quite high. But yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself of like what I did. Like, look at this. All took such a long time, and like with every project I truly do learn a whole lot. I don't think I would have been able to figure out the bed that you will see if I hadn't already done all these other projects. And yeah, it's just great to know that like I really am improving my sewing skills. And the bed, like, I am so proud of myself. This is honestly like 1-to-1 of the bed that he already had, but I would say better. I made the width not as big. I took out like 4 inches about. It still doesn't fit on the windowsill, which really sucks. I do still put it there, but I do see that it does sag over time. When Albie does want to, you know, lay in the sun, I'm gonna just put the bed over there. I think overall I will still keep the bed there. I'm so proud. Like, I really did that. Like, I truly did that, from the cushion and everything. So proud. Like, look at the quality. I'm so proud of the quality of this. Like, it looks like you could have bought this. Like, I would feel comfortable like selling in the to say like that's how proud I am of the project that I did, because it's so high quality. A lot of the times when I'm doing my own like thrift flips and stuff, like I'm a little bit worried of like, I don't know if I were to sell something like this, would it break or something? But like, that is freaking sturdy. I made sure of it, and all without a serger. I will say if I did have a serger, it would have been so much faster to do all of this, but we work with what we got, and this is what we got. And anyways, okay, so that is it for the video, homies. So thank you so much everyone for watching today's video. Oh my god, this was so labor intensive, especially because we were on the time crunch, but we did it. And thank you so much to Milano for sponsoring today's video. Yay, Albie, high five. Wow, high five. Thank you. Okay. He's like, oh my god. Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hope this video finds you safe. Hope you're doing well. Okay, bye. Let's go. Bro.